So, it's been a while since we've covered any Korean movies. In fact, I think this is about a decade after the previous ones I covered. I can't even remember what those ones were called, but, or it was Hong Gil Dong and Hopi and Chadal Bawi or whatever. But um, those were the last Korean movies I covered, and they're also the first two ever made. So yeah, so it's been a while since I covered any of them. It's not that there weren't any; it's just that all of them up to now have been, it's I haven't been able to find any with like English translations or anything. But yeah, anyway, um. So, is this by the same person who did? I don't know. But yeah, in all honesty, it doesn't look like they, made very much progress since then. This one seems about the same in quality. It looks at least 10 years older than it actually is. I guess it doesn't help that the picture seems very fuzzy, and there's a lot of like random shots that are like super dim and you can barely see anything. So I don't know if that was like the quality of the recording or whatever, but whatever it was. Let's talk about. Okay, so this movie goes by numerous names, I guess, but yeah, I'm just going to call it by the name it was given for the video I watched, which was Secret of 77 Dan. So, the story is we have two acrobat kids who are in this circus, and, I guess they live with their idiot uncle character. And then suddenly... Well, they also hear about this ninja hero character named Black Hood who fights a bunch of, criminals and stuff. He's a crime fighter, I guess, and there's like a bounty on his head. One day this, I guess another uncle of theirs, like the brother of their dead mother, he comes to see them, and he tells them that, he tells them the story about their dead mother, and I guess it's like some kind of plot that, the bad guys are the owner. The bad guy of the movie is the owner of the circus they're at. So. There's some kind of plot or something that, so whatever, they escape, they plot to escape from the circus, and then along the way the sister gets kidnapped, so so much for both of them sharing the protagonist role. We have to, of course, turn the girl into a damsel in distress, because old movies. The boy does all the heroic, or he does all the protagonist work. I mean, along the way he gets help from other dudes. He heads out to China, and I guess he gets a bunch of tips from some anonymous source that I guess helps him break into the secret hideout of the villains, and he keeps finding himself in trouble, so you can say the anonymous source is getting him into mischief, and Yeah, but he keeps getting saved by Black Hood, and so yeah, he and Black Hood fight the bad guys and stuff, and that's about all there is to the story. They save the sister, of course. She doesn't do anything but get kidnapped. I don't even know what the point is of even having her in this movie. Oh yeah, and I forgot one of the bad guys kills the old uncle because of course the elder authority figure had to be killed, and the main boy has to grieve over him and stuff. Yeah. Uh, and yeah, they defeat the bad guy, save the sister, blah blah blah. And without giving too much away about who Black Hood actually is, um, I would say it's almost an interesting twist, except it kind of, it kind of flies in the, well, let's just say some scenes earlier might have kind of contradicted this point, and it raises a few questions about why Black Hood didn't come to their rescue sooner when, they were getting held hostage by the bad guys, and honestly why he has to be in costume when he fights the bad guys and stuff, and yeah, it's a stupid plot, and it makes very little sense, and yeah, the villains are super generic. Pretty much all the characters are super generic, but yeah, especially the villains. And I guess the two main characters, the boy protagonist and the girl who gets kidnapped. Yeah, I'm kind of just annoyed with these cliches. I kind of wish for, like, more interesting villains. But yeah, it's just a generic evil gang, like, yeah, evil mafia or something. Um, so yeah, there's very little to say about the quality of the story. The animation was pretty cheap. I mean, it's not the worst I've ever seen, but still pretty cheap looking. It doesn't look like they developed much since like 67 or whatever that year was when I watched Hong Gil Dong. Um, let's see. There's a lot of sparkling eyes, like just randomly out of nowhere. You see a bunch of people's eyes just glimmer, like for no reason. Let's see. And is there much else to say? The editing is crap. Yeah, this is some of the worst editing I've ever seen. Like, yeah, you barely register what the hell's going on. And the action is nothing to write home about. Yeah, it's just an all-around generic anime. Like, yeah, it may not come from Japan, but it's still an Asian film that looks like any other generic anime. It's just generic. Like, this was very bleh. A very blah movie. And, I don't think I'm going to dignify it by saying much else since I'm already running about 10 minutes in. I guess I'll just say that, as usual, if there's anything else I feel I have to add, I'll put it in the comments. I do not really recommend this movie unless, I just don't recommend it. And, I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 10. It's not horrible, but yeah, I don't care for it. So, I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Mash it and smash it signing off.